Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Breakfast Stream. How's everybody doing today?
We have Sagan.
He just jumped up, literally at the buzzer. At the buzzer, he jumped up. He might.
He's
there
perching.
He goes. And Kepler approached is that tea or coffee? Coffee and went, because he does that.
It's also noisette. It's noisette.
Ah, yes, noisette.
Noisette.
Yeah, he's not going to be too thrilled with noisette. So, this is different because, for the past 2 breakfast streams, we have had a large group of people.
A very large group.
Come here.
Cappy, come on.
We've had a very large group of people to the point that the camera had to be, in the corner of the room. And it's very different to have, just back to the 2 of us. And it's felt weird for us, too, because, this morning we wake up and there's nobody in the house. And I'm like, but I'm so used to there being people in the house. I wake up and Jeff or Chaz or Paul are out here working on the computer, and soon we'll have, ring at the doorbell, and Alex and Haley and Nick or Thomas or whoever's going to be here. And, it's just strange. Nobody's here. Everybody's gone.
All alone.
We're all alone with kitties. I mean, this is the default, thing, but...
It's kind of sad.
It is kind of sad. I saw, the chat was scrolling, but I saw someone asking about the VOD from...
Get your face out of my yogurt.
You're gonna eat that yogurt. About the VOD of the previous breakfast stream. It'll be out today. We had a few technical difficulties with it, but things are fine now.
It exists.
It's
not lost.
Yeah, it's fine. And you could technically have watched it, or still, if you want to watch it, you could still watch it on Twitch. But it'll be on YouTube today. Basically, since we did it on Windows and we did it on OBS, we didn't have time to test all the different recording formats and stuff like that I normally would do. And whatever we recorded in did not play nicely with Mac, or at least my version of Mac OS. So I actually had to get the Twitch VOD and work from that, because it was... to say the very least, it was of much higher quality. But I got that all figured out, and I applied some audio filters also to make it a little bit louder. So if you watch it on YouTube, you'll probably have a better time than if you watch it on Twitch. Are you coming over, bud?
You're getting Sagan too? Nope, he's just going to sniff your coffee.
I think he sees that muffin.
He wants that muffin.
Well, he isn't going to get that muffin.
He wanted my yogurt.
Don't you go for that muffin.
He's going for that muffin.
Don't you go. That's my muffin, Cat. That's my muffin. This is one of the final muffins. We got a lot of different stuff during Cheffcon, and one of the things we got was muffins, and there's 2 muffins left. So I'm working on the muffins today. Mal's still having her yogurt, but this is
I had way too many sweets this week.
This is a pumpkin streusel.
Strudel.
Streusel.
Strudel.
Streusel.
Strudel.
Streusel.
Strudel.
Streusel. With an S. It's I'm reading the packaging. I'm just reading the packaging. It says with an S. I promise. Because I would have thought strudel too. Because what's a streusel?
I think streusel is the German.
So it is a strudel.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they wrote on the box. We got these at Costco. You get 12 muffins for $4 or something. And they're huge.
Huge.
They're enough that you could throw this and hurt someone.
We also got corn muffins, and Nick took them all.
Well, we overestimated the amount of corn muffins that we needed to purchase. And we wound up with way too many corn muffins. And when Nick was here, he was like, these corn muffins are the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. And I was like, okay, well, take them home because we have too many of them. So he took them home. And Nick technically hasn't left yet. He stayed one more day. So he's actually leaving this morning. /afternoon. So he's still technically here, but we already said our goodbyes, and he's staying with Dan and Lindsay, so he'll be leaving out. today.
At some point.
In the today. I'm just going to continue to hold this like a waiter bringing this over. I'm gonna whoosh over and read a few of these early alerts, partially because Chaz changed a thing for me for the alerts and how they work on my end, which is really neat. It was set up the same way on the last stream on Tuesday, but I didn't understand it as well as I do now, and it's actually super beneficial. So, in order, they actually are sorted. Would it be chronologically or reverse chronologically? It's in a way that makes a lot more sense. Mm-hmm. So Chaz did this thing, and it's magical. And also, when I click an alert, it actually goes away, which is helpful too, because I don't have to like visually decipher in my head the things I have and have not read. So it's like, it's really great. It's really, really great. Anyway, I'm gonna read the thing now. So we've got a subscription from Harumi Kindle. Thank you, Harumi. Troop Captain 97 resubscribed for their 4th month. It says, good nommings. Good nommings to you, Troop Captain, and thank you for earning that plus and some change. Once you get to 6 months, it's 2 pluses, but nobody's here yet. It is legend. Also going for 4 months is Tachi Gamer 96, doing it again for 4 months in a row. Thank you, Tachi. Appreciate it. And Randy B213 gives a sub to The Boys RB. I'm guessing that's like The Boys Are Back in Town, which is a great song. 6. So thank you, Randy B, for doing that. Dishwad resubscribes for 3 months, earning their plus, doing it again. I missed last stream, unfortunately, but happy late New Year to y'all. Thank you, Dishwad. No offense to the Cheffcon crew, but this is the stream that feels more like the first New Year's stream. Mm-hmm. Just because the last stream was on a completely different computer. I mean, we had our group, which things are a little different, and then, being on a completely new computer, being on OBS, having a keyboard, like everything was super unfamiliar. So this is the first, this feels like the first breakfast stream of the new year to me, personally. So I'm glad that you are here. 4-month subscription from Felipe Correa 1 is Pie Face Gone 2.
That was Thomas's game. Thomas was the one who had Pie Face. Mm-hmm. So he took that back home. And there's actually another video of that. I don't know if we made that completely clear in that vlog. First one or the vlog, yeah.
But that 3 to 4 minute video that came out with Dan and Thomas is one of them. But there is another Pie Face game that's like 15 minutes long. And I'm going to try to get that out in the next day or two if I can. I'm going to be working on that. And I think I'm going to release that on Stephen Plays just to confuse that channel. So everyone will be like, why is this over here? Well, enjoy. Also got a 4-month subscription from Peach Macaron. I'm glad I'm actually awake to celebrate my 4-month anniversary. Thank you, Peach. Thanks for being here, and thanks for subscribing for these 4 months. Got 200 bits from Satsy. That's a big muffin. That's 3 muffins. You have how many of those? Well, we had technically 24 of them, but 12 of them were cornbread. It was just this much cornbread, which you may now realize why we had too many of those. But at this point, we only have 2 of these left, and this is one of them. So I'm gonna eat this and then I'll go away. Alxame gifts a sub to Pick 15. That's Chaz. Thanks, Alxame. Appreciate you doing that. Chaz gets to
use his emote.
Use this emote again. And now I think I did it. Yeah. And then the alerts are just gone.
You should be able to give honorary subscriptions to the mods and stuff.
I think you might be able to actually. Oh. Good suggestion. Twitch thought of it. I'm gonna try and unwrap this thing the best I can. Wow. Kep's already asleep. A 1962 alert. I'm gonna swoosh over while I'm unwrapping this thing. That was Foss Extreme with 1962 bits. It says the feeling when you spend 32 Canadian dollars just to be able to send the Steven meme amount of bits from 33,000 feet in the middle of the Pacific Ocean at night. Oh, you're on your way home from Tokyo. I think.
Yeah.
Fossix has spent some time in Tokyo, and I believe they were going back. As we hear Cursed Toast. Also, I'm honored that you spent the money to join us in the air. Plane Wi-Fi is insane.
Yeah.
That's where they get you. That is where they get you. And some of the flight, I'm not sure which one it is, but on some of the flights, because we have T-Mobile, you get free some things.
You get like a free half hour.
Well, you get like a free half hour, but then you get like unlimited free time to do like certain things. Mm-hmm. And it's like things I don't want to do. It's like you can get free texting. And I'm like, I don't want to text anybody.
Everyone I want to text is right here.
Basically that. But thanks for joining us. And that's actually pretty neat. You are, I'm sure, the only person who has ever used the Taco Bell alert in the middle of the sky. So that's like a personal accomplishment. We've also got 495 bits from Mike Bliss, who says, don't let Sagan eat your muffin and don't let Kepler eat Mal's yogurt. We're going to try. Sagan is over there on a chair pouting. I think he's very upset.
He's very pouty.
And Kepler's just asleep, so I'm going to do my best. Thank you for the bits, Mike. And we also have 1,400 bits. That was the Cursed Raisin Toast from SomberMake91, who just cheers in the form of Cursed Toast. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Just the two of us.
We can make it with just the two of us, you and I.
Also, the sun is starting to come out a little bit.
A little bit.
I was trying to adjust the exposure, because the exposure changes every single breakfast stream. You have no idea how much light there's going to be. And I had it cranked up a little bit because it was really dark, and now I'm like, well, now it's starting to get bright, but I can reach up and change it if I need to. Let me take a bite of this. This wasn't my favorite, personally.
Yeah, I agree. The blueberry was better.
Yeah, the blueberry was better.
I just wanted the topping on the blueberry. Chess says, all three of our cats were sleeping on me last night. They missed us.
Aw. They're good boys.
Did you let them in, like, just for the night?
And the one girl.
I know sometimes they're not allowed in. Like, our cats are no longer allowed in. But Kepi's just been out. He's been, like, conked out. Like, he's had a week.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just tired.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how exhausting it was just for us, it's been a long week. I mean, there's been people here nonstop for a week. And we've been getting a pretty decent amount of sleep, but there was a few days in a row where we had to be up early to do things. You know, we had to be up early to do breakfast stream. Had to be up early to get started on a day of recording. Had to be up early to say goodbye to Thomas and Brittany. So there was all these things that were kind of detracting from sleep. And it affects the cats too, you know. You would think, well, they sleep all the time, but not really.
No.
You know,
and
whenever people are around.
They normally hang out in the office, and like people are in the office, and they're not allowed in our bedroom anymore because we're scared they're gonna die if our bed collapses. And then like they don't like to be out here when there's so many people. When there's a couple, they're okay.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like, even though you wouldn't think that it affects the animals that much, it definitely does. You know, the chemist says the same thing. That's how my dogs are after we have company, just out. Yeah, it's exhausting for them too. So they're happy now. They've been sleeping a lot yesterday, and I know they're going to sleep a lot today as well. Speaking of yesterday, I have a story. I mean, you'll hear about it on the vlog soon enough, but like it's not out yet because vlogs are a few days behind. Yeah. But we missed Lunch Bunch yesterday. That's
first time.
That's never
where it's
happened.
Been accidental.
It's never happened. We woke up yesterday to coughing. No, we woke up yesterday at 7 to say goodbye to Chaz, Jeff, and Paul. And so they got on the road. They were fine. We went back to bed, and I set my alarm for 10:30. I was like, we need to wake up at 10:30. That way we can go to lunch. Because Nick was still in town, so we were going to have lunch with Nick. That was the idea.
We also missed Hinkle.
Well, we didn't know that he was going to be there.
Yeah.
There was another person that we haven't seen in a long time. So we decided, you know, we'll set the alarm for 10:30. We'll be good, etc. So when I finally wake up, Mal wakes me up and she says, "Stephen, we missed lunch." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "It's 2:30. And that probably also illustrates apparently how tired we were to oversleep by 4 hours. And I was like, "But my alarm didn't go off." Reach over, grab my phone. My alarm is actively going off.
It's not ringing.
There's no audio. And I'm like so confused. I'm like, how can my alarm be going off and there's no audio? And it had been going off for 4 hours straight. It hadn't been snoozed. It hadn't been stopped. It was going off. And I was so mad. It wasn't vibrating. It wasn't making any audio. And it was confusing because that's literally never happened. There's been times that I have shut the alarm off. There's been times where, you know, we set the alarm and then I sleepily am like, "Stop." But that wasn't what happened here. It was still going off, but there was no sound. And it freaked me out because it's never happened. And I was looking through all my settings. Couldn't find any reason why that would happen because it had went off at 7 and the audio stuff was still turned on. Like the phone
and your
was
phone's on military time, so it's not like you set it for PM.
Correct. I mean, also it was going off. So, yeah, it was confusing. It was confusing. Actually said, was it on the stop playing setting? I don't think so. I'm thinking now what happened. I'm not entirely sure if you can do this because I've never tried. I'm not sure if on iPhone, if it's possible where the alarm goes off and you can, you know how like you can mute a phone call? So like the phone's ringing and you can hit a volume button and the phone still is ringing, but you don't hear the audio anymore. I'm wondering if I somehow did that because I didn't stop the alarm. Anyway, that's never happened to me before. It's a little concerning. But
we both set alarms this morning to make sure we'd be up for breakfast stream.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I was super freaked out last night before bed. I set an alarm for 1 minute and I was like, I want to prove that this thing will work. And then it went off.
Lich Wizard 5 says, "Why do you have your phone set to military time?" Because he set his alarm for PM when he meant AM.
Yeah, back several years ago, I made that mistake too many times of just going to bed, you know, very sleepy, very late, and paying attention to the numbers but not the AM or PM, and got rid of that. If you use military time or 24-hour clock, then you'll stop making that mistake. So highly recommended for anyone who has had that happen to them. Start your new life of 24-hour clock today. It will make your life better, I promise.
Also, someone asked about my nails or commented about them. They're orange at the bases and then black at the tips, and there's a silver stamping polish, courtesy of Haley, who brought all of her cool stuff, and we stamped our nails. She has Ghibli stamps, and so I have Totoro on my thumb, and then I have the cat from Kiki's Delivery Service on my other thumb. But it's starting to chip, so I need to take them off. I had never done stamping before. It was real fun. I'm not very good at it. But Nikki did some, and Nikki was a natural. She was just like, stamp, stamp, done. GG, that's it. Thank you, Alexame.
God, these muffins. They're so thick.
They're big muffins. Sometimes you take too big of a bite and then you swallow and it hurts going down.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. And also, like, you eat, I'm almost halfway through, and that's a normal muffin. I'm like,
I don't want to.
Kind of done. I mean, I'm going to eat it, but like, good God.
Also, someone asked about Dan's nails. Dan wanted to try it because he's never had his nails painted, so Haley painted his nails.
Yep.
But Haley did it, so they looked a lot better than mine because I did mine.
Yeah. Well, I think there was a group of us like playing Smash.
Yeah.
And there was a group of like your group of Nikki and Haley.
And Brittany.
And Brittany, and then with Lindsay maybe? Was she went back in town
here yet.
We're all doing nails, so then Dan just kind of gravitated to that group, and they're like, let's paint your nails. And Dan was like, all right.
Never done it.
So it was funny because I told him, I said, your nails are going to be painted for like every one of these Stephen Plays videos because we recorded them in a big batch. But he was fine with it.
He's like, whatever.
And there's going to be some Stephen Plays stuff coming soon. I don't know when Dan's obviously going to get to doing all of that stuff. But I told him that we're going to put an emphasis on getting the Smash stuff out. At least one of the Smash videos. We'll get, because we have like 2 different little tournaments that we do. So we'll probably get one of those out pretty soon, like maybe next weekend, and then we'll go from there. And then for any of the patrons, I'll be running the ticker soon. For any of the patrons who are wondering where the video is, because we normally release it on the 2nd, that'll be out today.
Last night we got our list of things together.
Yeah, I got all my talking points I wanted to talk about, and then I'm going to be recording that basically after breakfast stream, so they'll be on its way to you folks later on. RQK asked if we used the actual tournament option. We didn't, because of the type of thing we did. We did an 8-player tournament where after someone loses, they're out, and it's 1 stock, so it's very hectic. And it's very fun to watch. And then we did a Squad Strike tournament where we made our own bracket and played Squad Strike, because I really love Squad Strike. I think it's just such a fun mode to be able to play with different characters. So we did one of those also. So that's gonna be coming to your internet video subscription feed tube, coming through that tube soon. Just not quite yet. Oh my god, this muffin.
I don't want any.
I know.
Listen, I've had so much junk. Okay, so there's a thing in Wisconsin. Did we talk about it yet? No, because Lindsay's not back in the vlogs that have been out yet. I don't know where vlog releases are. Is the Kringle in the vlog yet?
I don't know. We're on like the 29th.
So, in Wisconsin, and it's probably a German tradition because most things there are, we have Kringle, which is kind of like a coffee cake. It's kind of like a giant Danish. It's like the size of a pizza. Mm-hmm. And Jess says, oh my god, Kringle. Oh, that was in there. Okay. Did we tell the story about how Lindsay had 4 Kringles?
I don't think that was evident, no.
Okay. So Lindsay was planning to get 2 Kringles, and she went to the best Kringle shop in the world, which is Mike's Bake Shop in, I think it's Ashwaubenon, Green Bay? Somewhere in Green Bay area. And she's like, okay, I'm going to get 2 Kringles. And when she went and got that, her mom also went to Mike's Bake Shop and was like, oh, Lindsay had mentioned maybe getting Kringles for her friends. I'm going to go get some, and then she'll have some, and it'll be nice. So Lindsay's mom got 2 Kringles and then came home and was like, Lindsay, look, I picked up Kringles for your friends. And Lindsay's like, Mom, I already got Kringles. So we have 4 Kringles, and they're all the size of a pizza, and they are massive. There was so many Kringles, and they were all phenomenal. Like,
we ate them all.
Yeah.
We ate 4 Kringles, but we couldn't eat these muffins
because we wanted the Kringles.
I'm dying.
Listen, I'd never had Mike's Bake Shop Kringle before, and like I grew up having Kringle because my grandma would always have it when we went up north. She would have this coffee cake, which is very similar, and this was the best Kringle. Mike's Bake Shop has the best Kringles. Stop eating it. You don't have to finish it. Also, you want some? You spilled some on Cappy.
Sorry, Cappy. That's what you get for laying on me. Can you just put that on that table? Oh man, I need a
If you're interested in a Kringle, was the website awardwinningkringle.com?
Was it?
I think so.
It was something like that.
It was a different site than their regular Mike's Bake Shop.
Lots of people asking about toast. Yeah, trust me, toast is my go-to. But there was muffins that needed to be eating,
and I'm not eating them.
And I'm just like, oh god, it's not like toast though. Toast is so light and airy, and as people pointed out, it does contain that crunch, which the other things do not have. Oh my god. Whew, that's like difficult.
It is.
It's hard.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. Oh man.
Better?
That's better. That's the first drink of coffee I've had.
I'm done.
Important. See, now everything seems real bright because that sun.
The sun didn't come out. I think the sun just got higher in the sky.
Oh, that's brighter. That's not what I want. That's what I want. I can't see my settings, so I don't know if that's 60 or 50. But hopefully it's 60. Oh my god. Let me swipe over.
Swipe.
I'm sorry, let me whoosh. Let me whoosh over. And look at these other alerts here. We've got 2 alerts here from Mike Bliss, who sent 595 bits. It says, yay for muffins from Costco. I mean, they're good. I think I could have eaten the blueberry one. I mean, it's as much muffin as the other ones, but they're very good.
The blueberry was better.
They're better. They're better. They also have
chocolate.
I've had those in the past, and they're delicious. Again, you get 12 of those stupid muffins for like $4 or $5, something like that. So it's just a great deal. Mike also sends 100 bits and says, Stephen, cold coffee or hot coffee? And also, if you go to Costco, you should search for hot chocolate. Well, right now we're kind of set on hot chocolate. We have hot chocolate from last year, but
And I just got you some.
And Mal just got me some, so I'm kind of set there. As far as cold or hot coffee, so for the longest time in my life, I was strictly hot coffee. Strictly. The idea of cold coffee was like stomach turning. Did not like it. But Mal liked to have cold coffee.
Sometimes I just don't really like hot drinks.
So every once in a while when she would get one, I would try it. And it took years, but it grew on me enough where I ordered my own one day, and I did it. I successfully drank it. And that was how I did it. But if I'm given the option, almost 90% of the time I'm going to go with a hot coffee.
A hot black coffee.
Hot black coffee. And when I get cold coffee, I generally do cold black coffee also. Sometimes I'll get cream or sugar in it, but not terribly often.
People are talking about Mal makes calendars. And I've had a few people tweet me, so I should probably put a tweet out, like a general tweet.
Yeah.
But there is, Redbubble doesn't sell calendars anymore, so I've yet to find a good replacement. So there's not currently a year 3 calendar.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
and I mean, well, that may have been something we could have figured out, but with the timing of Cheffcon,
that was hard.
It was not really doable. But yeah, Redbubble actually stopped selling calendars like halfway through last year, which was super inconvenient.
Because someone messaged me like in July, and I
Yeah.
looked into it, and it was like the week before they messaged me. They just stopped selling them.
So it was bad because when you go to if you go to Malmix for the first time, it
Yeah, it talks about the calendar. It's my video. I gotta change that.
yeah, it's like, hey, this is the something your Malmix. Here's a calendar of the previous year's stuff.
Yeah.
And now we don't have that option. So
Yeah, and I've been looking into different things, but it would be a different website, a different company. I don't know.
it might happen.
It might.
It might happen, but if it happens, it's going to happen real soon because
Yeah.
we're in January.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing I do know is that I'm going to run this Patreon ticker, which does not have the magic of being automated. But
sometime in the near future.
But sometime in the near future, it will be. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. Thank you to all of our patrons. Patreon.com/StephenGeorgeRailmakes. Their names are going along the screen, and it will also do that again whenever I get to January 1st vlog. Actually, yeah, fun fact, these are still the December names because I have not had time to change that yet. I'll be changing that today, so on Tuesday's stream we'll have the updated January name. So if you've pledged in December and you are looking for your name, it's not in here yet. It will be in here on Tuesday, so I apologize. For everyone who pledged in November, these are still your names. Which might seem weird because we're in January, but that's how it works. It's the next month, so. Well,
You got the hiccups?
Yeah, it's the doggone strudel muffin. That's the problem. I quickly read, did stream crash? And then I read, not mine, stream is okay. And I saw my green. I'm like, no, we're good. Ever since we've went to Ethernet, things have been pretty good, thankfully.
I mean, our internet still has problems sometimes.
Quack Team James says, Stephen, how come you've accepted changing to Windows? Well, keep in mind, this is a very important thing to understand. I am not becoming like a Windows guy. Everything I do, like day to day, is still on Mac. I prefer doing things on Mac. Like my editing still takes place on a Mac. Just using a computer, like I prefer to use the environment that is Mac. That being said, I've now seen time and time again that the software that exists for live streaming is not up to snuff on Mac, and it's a shame. It's not that it can't do it, it's that it can't do it well. All of the advances that are taking place in live streaming for Twitch or whatever are happening on Windows platforms, and I hate it. Like I really hate it, but you know, that's just the way it is. Like even a lot of the stuff for hardware, a lot of the hardware support, like there's PCI cards and stuff that only support, you know, Windows machines. So it's a hard pill for me to swallow. I don't like it, but I have to admit defeat at some point, and this is me admitting defeat. So, you know, if we travel, we'll probably continue to use the laptop, and the stream will look similar to this. But the hope is that within maybe within the next month, we will have a dedicated streaming PC.
A little one.
I'm hoping for a small form factor. It depends. Depends on a lot of things, but hopefully we'll have a dedicated streaming PC that will make things look really nice. And yes, it will, you know, it will run Windows. It's not my choice. It's not my choice. I am a Mac person at heart and will continue to be, but in this particular area, you know, that's what it would be. Also, it's, you know, this box literally would only do streaming, so.
Are you done rambling?
I'm sorry! Oh. Anyway.
Chaz was giving hints about the next Cheffcon.
Yeah.
He said it's not going to be as late as December next year.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, I don't want to drop too many hints. We'll drop hints as it gets closer, but I will say that it's already pretty close, and that's wild. We'll talk about more about that later. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. It's 9:30. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in our own little two-person box. Thank you all so much for joining us, and stay tuned. We got a lot of awesome stuff coming. Again, if you're a patron, stay on the lookout for that video today. That video will be discussing all the stuff, including the next Cheffcon, which is very soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern for more. Now I was thinking like you would say breakfast.
Oh, you want me to chime in?
I was just, it was like I was like chaining it on for you to be the one.
You gotta tell me ahead of time.
Well, it's just I left a blank space for you to jump in there. So join us Tuesday at 9 a.m. for more
breakfast stream.
That's it. You got there.